Welcome to Wayne County Connection. I'm your host, Michael Sweigart. Thanks for joining me for another great episode where we promote Wayne County as a great place to work, live, and play. As always, we're excited to have you get connected with our guest today and know what's going on in their agency, but also about the other agencies and individuals in our communities that are making Wayne County a great place to work, live, and play. Of course, a great place to get started is at our website, waynet.org/cc. There you can find more information about today's program and our guest and the individual that we're highlighting today and how to get involved and connected. But you can also find information about past guests and the agencies that we have represented before and highlighted as we're promoting Wayne County as a great place to work, live, and play. Make sure to check out those pages and to share them with your friends who may not be able to get the program on cable television. As you know, viewers, the program is available live and streaming with the WCTV and is also on demand in a couple of channels. And you can find out more information about that from our website or at wctv.info. Also, I'd like to direct you to the WayneNet community calendar at waynenet.org/calendar, and there you can find about activities that are going on in the area and our great communities here in Wayne County, and find out how you can get connected. And also, if you have an event going on, you can post that there to get other people connected with the things that you're doing to make Wayne County a great place to work, live, and play. Well, a lot of plugging there going on, but now we'd like to turn it over to our guest. And as you know, viewers, we have been doing a series called The Champions of Youth, where we are highlighting agencies and individuals that are focusing on our next generation. And with that in mind, we'd like to continue that today by welcoming to our program Ty Muldoon. She is the brand new Executive Director at Girls Inc. here in Wayne County. Ty, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited because I do love living, working, and playing in Wayne County.
Well, we're going to find out more about that. And usually as I start the program, I want to give our viewers a chance to get to know you better. As I said, you're brand new to the role as CEO at Girls Inc., which is a great agency, and we're going to learn more about that later in the program. But to get started, I'd like to ask you to tell us a little bit more about yourself, Ty.
Okay, so I feel like I was born and raised here, but I've been here since I was 6 years old, and my family has been here for a long time now, and it's one of the best places to be. So I have two small boys. My husband is here with me. My parents are here, so we really do like being in Wayne County. I was a Girls Inc. girl, so I really understand what youth organizations can do for people here in Wayne County.
All right. And you're a Girls Inc. girl, and you've had some other occupations here in the area. Give us just a brief overview. I don't want your whole CV, but a brief overview of your rise to this seat.
Yeah. So I worked at Girls Inc. for 4 years, about 12 years ago, and those were 4 of my best years. I enjoyed every minute. I got to work with the wonderful Beth Herrick and some other amazing people. And it was a great opportunity for me to start my professional career. I also worked for Birth to 5 of Wayne County. I was a supervisor for the Healthy Families program. And that program will always have a special place in my heart. They do amazing work there. And then I was at Ivy Tech, and I was there for several years and loved every minute of it. And talk about another great place to work. I've been blessed with some amazing jobs and great people to work with. And now I am back, and it feels like coming home. So I'm so happy to be back at Girls Inc. It is its own special place.
And as we're recording this program today to prepare for its first airing, you've been in that seat for just a little over a couple of months, and still trying to get all of the programs that are acclimated and get underway with your vision for Girls Inc. in Wayne County for the future. And that's a big task that you have. We wish you much success. We're going to learn more about that. But I'm sure there are a couple of our viewers that have heard about the program or are watching right now that are like, you know what, I've passed that. I've heard of Girls Inc., but I'm not really sure what that is. So could you give us the overview, like the 30,000 view picture of what is Girls Inc.?
So some of our older viewers will know us as the facility formerly known as the Girls Club. So long time ago, it used to be the Boys Club and the Girls Club in Wayne County. And when Boys and Girls Club changed to be the Boys and Girls Club, Girls Club became Girls Inc. So we currently on site serve girls only, and we provide programming that inspires all girls to be strong, smart, and bold. So STEM activities, media literacy, economic literacy, and encouraging our girls to be champions for the community that they live in and giving back. So we do a lot of research-based and evidence-backed programming on site. We also offer programming in the schools to certain grades. So I'm excited to see the partnerships that come out of my being in this role, and watching some of these programs expand in our area.
Now, I will admit that I'm one of those people that passed it for years, and because I didn't have girls of my own, wasn't really too focused on what that building was over there with that nameplate Girls Inc. But there's a great website, that Girls Inc. Wayne.org, I think. We'll get that up on the lower thirds there in the program, that you can learn more about the program. And I was inspired by the motto or the what that we see on the wall behind you, inspiring girls to be strong, smart, and bold. Sounds like a big task to do, and it sounds like it's like something new that came out of the current cultural zeitgeist, as it were, and empowering women. It's been started for a few decades now, but Girls Inc. has a much longer history than that, and you could tell us a little bit more about that and how it got focused on just empowering girls in particular to be smart, strong, and bold.
Yeah, so it's been around for a long time, and we had some amazing founding mothers here in Wayne County that really saw the need for girls to have a safe place to learn skills, to be together. And that is not saying that boys are not important. I have two small boys of my own, so I know they also need their safe space. But it was important to the founding mothers that the girls be given a place to have that opportunity to grow. And there are amazing opportunities for both boys and girls in Wayne County. So we're just one of them. And the Inspiring All Girls Be Strong, Smart, and Bold has been here for a long time, but it's really important. And as a former Girls Inc. girl, it was very important that I have the space to grow, to explore, to be with other girls, and it feels safe. Not only that, I was given some amazing role models in my life that I'm still in contact today that helped me get the confidence I needed to say yes to roles like being the CEO of a nonprofit, and to be able to advocate for myself and to champion for my vision in the world. Not only that, but the staff that work here truly have what's best for the kids in Wayne County, not just the girls, but the kids in Wayne County at heart. And it's important that we keep the mission to inspire all girls to be strong, smart, and bold in our minds and everywhere. Clearly, it is a big part of my office as well, because it is so important that we inspire the kids, that they get to make some choices, that they get to explore new things like science or math or building things. You know, it's just a safe place for them to try something new.
You've talked a couple of times about some educational type elements. You just mentioned the STEM programs and science and math and so forth. And earlier you briefly hit on financial literacy, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the program. How is this different than like the school setting where youth are given the same kind of education and information? How does Girls Inc. approach that differently for the people that you serve?
So I don't think I would say we necessarily approach it very differently, that it's still very much a formal structured setting. The difference here is the smaller ratio girls to adults, that in a lot of cases we can bring in experts, or we're using research-backed curriculum. And we are always adapting. And again, the schools do a very similar thing. So I don't know that we do it very differently. This is kind of an extension of their experience in the schools. So because we offer after school and summer programming, it's kind of building on what they're getting at school. So for example, we have the economic literacy program. So they're learning about money at school. They're learning about money from other agencies, but this is empowering them to learn how to make their own choices with the money and the power of the dollar, as well as things like our robotics program. You know, they're learning about mechanisms at school. They're learning about electric or currents and things like that. But here they're going to get a very hands-on experience with someone who's trained in that curriculum, that's their focus. So it's not necessarily we're doing it differently. We're just that extension of what they're getting. We're building on the building blocks that they already have that they're getting from school.
So it sounds more like as you said, a building block, that you're taking the knowledge that they have, adding some knowledge to it, and getting to an understanding and application of the knowledge. Is that where we're going with Girls Inc.?
Yeah, in some aspects, but beyond that, we're introducing them to some things they're not getting at school as well, or they're not getting a bigger experience with. So again, it's really a partnership in some of the things that they're doing with the schools, as well as building on it, new experiences, new opportunities. We try to have educational field trip opportunities and get girls to see some of the amazing things that we have in Wayne County, as well as get them out of Wayne County too, to see that there are great things within, a 15-20 minute drive of our county, but to bring them back home and see some of the great things that we have here. So it's really just building on, expanding, and offering new opportunities.
So something that occurred to me as you were talking there and describing that was, and I'm reading the sign behind you there about being strong, smart, and bold. You're talking more about developing a strong, smart, and bold character within the girls than necessarily book learning or physical fitness necessarily.
Yeah.
It's more about a character growth experience for the girls.
Yes, that is definitely a fair statement. It's giving them confidence to try new things, as well as encouraging them, supporting them, because things are hard, especially in this post-COVID world. And some of these kids, this is their first experience this year of a non-COVID educational experience. So giving them a safe place to have some big emotions, to learn how to self-regulate, to learn that it's okay to try and fail some things, that it's really a great opportunity. And each program we have has a component that really builds their confidence, that really builds giving them a little piece of empowerment.
So earlier you were talking about the history of Girls Inc. and how it was when the Boys and Girls Clubs were separate clubs and then they merged at the national and local levels. There was still seen as a need for a girls-focused entity to help girls in their space because they sometimes process things differently. Not that they shouldn't be participating in activities at the Boys and Girls Club or with other agencies, but here's a different way to approach this that might be a better fit for particular individuals to get some of the same opportunities that they might miss in a co-ed environment or in a different agency. So as the girls are getting that exposure there, does that help build them into connections, as you mentioned, for life? Is that part of the focus in Girls Inc.?
Yeah, very much so. So because I've had the privilege of working here before, that means I have gotten to see some of the girls that were served in my 4 years grow up, and they're now mature, successful, well-rounded women. Now, they are adults. And what I'm finding is the girls are given this piece, whether they're here for a year or 4 years, or we served them in the school, or, we served them on site, that one little piece just helps build their character. And you will find I'm one of the biggest champions for Boys and Girls Club, for YMCA, for all of our other youth serving organizations, because not everyone will be a good fit for every kid. So if a child is not a good fit for us, I want to make sure that they have access to the YMCA, to the Boys and Girls Club, to Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts, whatever might be the fit for them. Because if they're not coming to us, I want them going somewhere, because each of these places really have the power to change their lives, to really help them grow and build.
And that kind of led into the thing that I was thinking about next. Was earlier you had mentioned that you also do some programs in the schools. And when you do programs in the schools, you're talking to a whole class of students, not just pulling the girls out and doing a program with them. You're talking to a whole class. So some of the information that you're putting out there into the youth in our communities is in a mixed environment. Yes,
very much so. And there are things that we do in the community that are open to everyone as well. So, encouraging anyone to run in our 5K, that's not just for women. There's more than that. And things like, we have men on our board. It's important for me that people understand that while we focus on our girls, we really are focused on all of the kids in our community as well.
So we've talked a lot about the big picture and what's going on kind of in an abstract way. Let's drill this down into what's going on at Girls Inc. And let's first start by, where is Girls Inc. for those of our viewers who may not even know?
Yeah, so we are at 1407 South 8th Street. And for many that know where the Elks Club in Belden is over that way, you pass us on the way. So we are just across from the Dollar General in a beautiful building. I can't take credit for this building at all. It was here when I came a few months ago, but it is phenomenal. And I invite anybody to come see it, take a tour anytime, because we have a gym, we've got beautiful program spaces, we have a STEAM lab and a cafe. So it's a beautiful big old building, and you can't miss it if you're looking to the right on the way to the Elks or the Belden.
All right, on the south side of town. And for those people that are very close, that's probably pretty easy to get to. But how, other than driving, what other ways can people get to Girls Inc.? Is it on the city bus route?
I truly do not know the answer to that, but I'm going to find out now. But we do know that taxis are provided in all of Wayne County. So that would be one. Outside of that, we go to get girls from the different sites. And sometimes, like I said, we can take programming outside of the building. So we try to make it accessible to all. They can always learn more about information on the website. If somebody really wants to come take a tour, call the center and I will come get them and bring them to the center just to get them here. So.
And earlier you mentioned that there were after-school programs, but what are the hours of operation for Girls Inc.?
Yeah, so right after school, so all Richmond Community Schools except the high school bus to us, and we're also providing transportation to a couple other schools currently, and we are open until 6.
Okay, so every day after school until 6 p.m. and you have these programs.
Yep.
And is it, are girls only invited in if they're part of one of the specific class type programs that are after school, or is there a free association type, just come and hang out and see what's going on in Girls Inc.?
Yeah, so any girl is welcome. We do group the girls based on age, simply so that the programs are then age appropriate for what they're doing. But any girl is welcome. We offer kindergarten up through 8th grade on site currently, and then we offer programming in the high schools and the other schools when we can.
And now let's get into the details. What are those programs? And just whatever order you feel like taking them in, but the STEM, the financial literacy, and all the others. Let's just talk about some of those programs. And we're coming to the last third of our program, so you don't have to get in real deep, but let's tell people what they can expect if they participate in Girls Inc.
Well, this will be a short list. It is not exhaustive, so please bear with me. But we do have an economic literacy program that really teaches girls how to embrace money, how to budget their money, and the power of that dollar. We also have Friendly Persuasion, which is a drug and alcohol abuse prevention program, making sure that prevention piece and how they can talk to friends who maybe are struggling with that. And kind of identifiers of here are some things to watch out for. We also have leadership and community action, which is truly helping girls to become good leaders, but also being leaders in their community and giving back. So there's a volunteer aspect. Like they went and picked up trash at one of the parks to really appreciate that if you're going to play there and you're going to be there, help keep it nice. And so that's just one small piece of what they do. And then media literacy, which is one of my favorites personally. I miss teaching that, where the girls are taught, not every message that you receive from media is right, and how to kind of get through the weeds of those messages and really hear the truth, or, what to take out of that. And that includes songs, news, marketing materials. It's a whole bucket of things that they get to sort through. And the girls actually get to create their own media messages, which is really cool. I got to watch one over the summer with our younger girls, and it's phenomenal. They did a great job. We also offer a healthy sexuality class, which is really about learning about the body, what happens through puberty, and then keeping themselves safe in relationships as they get older, including with friends. It's not just a focus on intimate relationships. And Project Bold, learning to be safe. So that's a protection class. So they do get to learn how to, get out of holds if somebody comes up and tries to take them, or how to stand firm and make sure that they are protecting themselves. Operation SMART is our science, technology, engineering, art, and math program. And I feel like that one just keeps growing. It's one of my favorites that we offer as well. And then Sporting Chance. And these are all of our national curriculum. We also have additional. And Sporting Chance is exactly what it sounds like. We're introducing them to new sports, new opportunities, things like the girls didn't know what badminton was. Now they do. So kind of a fun one down there.
And a lot of people don't even know badminton is an Olympic sport, so that's a great
Right?
thing to introduce them to. Yeah, so I'm listening to you describe all of these great programs, and I'm thinking that Girls Inc. is really approaching the head, the heart, the body. It's kind of an all-encompassing program for girls. It's not just focusing on one aspect of their life, but helping them grow into well-rounded, fully developed individuals.
Yep. And that's probably my favorite part about the programs is it's not a focus on one thing or another. It's really an opportunity for them to experience all of them and find they're going to be better at some things than others, and to let them to dabble in some of these, but strengthen their skills in them as we go.
So what we're talking about then with these opportunities is kind of giving them an experience or the opportunity to try something out where it doesn't matter that they get a certain grade on it or that they're so good at it that they can get to continue, but just kind of get the experience and try it out and see, hey, is this something that I want to pursue maybe? Or is it just something that it's good for me to know so that I can move on to some other area that I have more interest or more skill or more ability in?
Yes, you hit it right on the head.
Well, I'm not wanting to put words in your mouth. I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm thinking, well, this sounds like a great program for girls or boys, but it sounds like particularly for girls at Girls Inc. there that you've got a great way to identify and expose them to some really core and very important areas for their life. I liked what you said about the leadership and the service in the community, because I know that when I was young, there were a few ways that was brought out. I got it mostly through church and a little bit through scouting, but it wasn't, there weren't the big push. It's kind of like we've gotten more aware of what it means to participate in organized community as we get going. And with this Champions of Youth series, and specifically with Girls Inc. today, we get to talk about the way that agencies and individuals are pouring in to our youth to help them build our communities as we move forward.
Yeah, it's an important investment. I mean, when people invest in the kids in our community, they're investing in our community because they are going to be the next voters, the next employers, the next people on the TV. They are the next. And so investing in them now and helping them become well-rounded individuals who care about their community is only going to make Wayne County better.
And as we come to the close of our program, you just mentioned a key thing, which is investing. And there are lots of ways that people could invest in Girls Inc. One of the things that you have on your website is a call for volunteers. And so in the last couple of minutes here, I'd like to just give you an opportunity to talk about what kinds of volunteer experiences are available or other ways that people can contribute to the mission of Girls Inc.
Yeah, we are always looking for volunteers. And if somebody thinks, working directly with kids is not for them, we understand and we respect those people greatly. But there is so much more that we can have people do, from helping us do some cleaning to get the center ready for the girls, to coming in and reading to our kindergartners or tutoring assistants. So we always have opportunities. And if somebody wants to come lead a program or a project with the girls, we welcome that anytime. We do ask that volunteers, if they will be on site with the girls, have to pass a background check before we will let them do programming or be in the center with the girls, though.
Oh.
So we also have event opportunities. If they love running 5Ks, we can always use volunteers for things like that.
And are there other ways that people could contribute if they don't have necessarily the time, but they want to provide other support for Girls Inc.? And with that, how do people get in touch with you to find out more about those?
Yeah, so my information is on our website, girlsincwayne.org. You can learn everything there is to know about our programs, ways to give, ways to volunteer, ways to support. But one of the biggest things I ask is share our story, share our mission, share our posts on social media so that more people do know we're here and what we do. And I am always glad to take a phone call, have a coffee, or sit down, talk to somebody, give them a tour, and teach them more about what Girls Inc. does and why it's important for Wayne County.
Ty Muldoon, the CEO and Executive Director at Girls Inc. Wayne County. I want to thank you for coming on the program today to share more about Girls Inc. with our viewers and to promote Wayne County as a great place to work, live, and play. We wish you much success as you continue in your new role here at Girls Inc. And we wish the program a lot of success with our youth as you champion youth in our communities.
Thank you so much. And it has truly been an honor and a pleasure to be on your show.
Thank you. And thank you for watching. It's always a pleasure to connect you with our agencies and the individuals that are making Wayne County a great place to work, live, and play so that you can get connected and do your part to promote that vision of making our communities a wonderful place that other people want to come and visit and move into and work and live in. I'm your host, Michael Sweigart, on behalf of our director, Steve, and our producer, Jenny Lahman, and all of the staff here at Whitewater Community Television. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next month.